I mean, it's kind of got to be a whirlwind.
I've been adjusting pretty well. The weather's nice for the most part, so people are great. So it's been easy adjusting. Football-wise, it's been pretty good as well. Getting the plays in my head, studying things like that. So I can say I've been adjusting pretty well.
Is it fun for you to be in a different style of offense? After North Dakota State, obviously, it's very unique, ground and pound, very physical, it's much more open. How does this benefit you?
I would say it just benefits me, getting the ball in space more than I was at North Dakota State. Being able to get the ball on the perimeter and things like that could really help me showcase my abilities in the open space with my speed and my ability to make people miss.
Kind of a unique situation, given that you come over, Tony comes over, Dom comes over. Were you guys in communication? Was it random that you all ended up here? What was that process kind of?
It was definitely random. Had other offers that we were looking at. I took a couple officials during the time. But, when I came up here, I just knew this was the place for me. Like I said, the environment, the coaches, the familiar faces and things like that, it just made it easier to make that decision.
Was the staff a big reason why? I mean, CSU coming off of a 3-9 year, is it really the coaches that they're what sold you on this could be a good fit?
For sure, Coach Jay Norvell, just preaching to me during my recruiting process that we're going to turn this thing around. And, I really believe them, and I want to be a part of that, getting this program to the next step. Being in North Dakota State for 4 years, being a part of such a traditional program, I feel like with that knowledge, that background, I could come here and kind of, help, elevate this program to that level. So.
Given that you've been in a winning program and know what a winning team should look like, what is the sense you get of this locker room? Do you get a sense that guys are doing the right things, that they're hungry? I mean, obviously, people are really ready to win at this point.
For sure, I definitely sense it. The guys that were here last year, they're telling me all the time, this is completely different from last year. Just the feel, the aura of the team is different. Just hearing that makes me feel good about it. I'm seeing guys work day in and day out, because I can tell they're hungry. I'm just as hungry as them, like I went 3-9 last year, and I'm ready to go to war with them.
Do you have a chip on your shoulder in a sense of, I mean, I think some people look at the FCS like it's lesser than, or the competition. Coming here, how does the competition compare? And are you kind of eager to show everyone, I can do it here too?
If I'm going to be honest, it's pretty much the same if you ask me. The speed is about the same. The size, it's all about the same. So just the FBS title, I mean, I'm excited to get here and showcase my talent against schools like Wazoo and Colorado and things like that. Just a different schedule in general.
Yeah.
It's going to be exciting for sure.
What's the biggest difference between living in Fargo versus living in Fort Collins?
I would say just the size of the city, the things that surround the campus itself. There's a lot more things around here. You can come off campus and, there's actual, a city, what I'm saying? Not to speak down on Fargo, I love the place, been there 4 years, holds a very special place in my heart. But just the environment, it's a lot bigger city, a lot bigger, more people, so things like that just.
Not that it's exactly beach weather here in the winter, but having been through a North Dakota winter, I think it's going to be okay.
Yeah, for sure. I think I'm ready for it. They say it doesn't get that cold here, and I've been probably as cold as it gets in America, so I'm ready for it.
I'm soft, man. I think it gets cold, but I know it doesn't compare to North Dakota.
Yeah, it's brutal.
Who are some of the guys you hang out with outside of football and just kind of helping you make this transition?
Again, back to my guy Van, he's been real great since I got here, helping me with things. Just the running backs in general, I feel like we're becoming a real close-knit group. The receivers, of course, having a relationship with them and continue to build that relationship with the O-linemen as well, so that as the season progresses, our chemistry continues to build. And, of course, Dom Jones and Tony Pearson, those are my guys, but, that's pretty much the core of it right there.
When you started looking into CSU, did it surprise you that they do want to run the football? I think people are like air raid, it's all about the passing. That's a big part of what they want to do.
Right.
But when you look at Jay's career, their best team is pretty balanced.
Yeah. And that's one of the things he told me. He's like, don't, get scared of the air raid thing, because I want to get downhill on guys. You know what I'm saying? He told me he wanted to run the ball, pound the rock, and hearing that from a coach that is preaching air raid and things like that, it was huge for me. Being part of the passing game as well should be fun, but hearing that he wants to run the ball like that, it was truly good to hear.
Do you have a player that you try and, I don't know, like be like, model your game like?
Oh, for sure. Alvin Kamara. I study him. I watch his Tennessee film. A lot of the stuff he does with New Orleans, just his balance, his decision making, his patience, things like that. I try to emulate in my game as well. And then back again to his ability to catch the ball out of the backfield. I try to bring that to my game as well.
I feel like with Kamara, you kind of have this going for you too, where you're not like the tallest guy in the world, so the defenders maybe can't see you behind the line of scrimmage.
Right. Use it to my advantage as much as I can. Try to hide behind the big old lineman for sure.
Do you feel like you play bigger than your size? Because that was one of the things that stood out to me watching North Dakota. I was like, look, he may not be the biggest dude, but he's going through some guys.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I hold myself to. Not being the biggest guy, but I'm gonna run the hardest. You know what I'm saying? We preaching, you know what I'm saying, fall forward always, and that's what I'm gonna try to do every run. I'm gonna try to fall forward. I might get hit at the line of scrimmage for a gain of 1, but I'm gonna make sure I fall forward for another 2 or 3.
It's great to meet you. I'm looking forward